Hello and welcome back to TechBeam. We're here in a different location, on location if you want to say that. So take a look at this awesome network here. Way more awesome than my network at home, but hopefully at some point that'll be changing. So today's problem, we're having some interesting issues with this and an old laptop that aren't working together. So we're gonna take some network cable here and take this time to show you basically how to kind of wire your home. Alright, so the first step in wiring your house is to kind of have a plan. And if you don't, well, that's okay too. Just things get a lot more interesting at that point. So what our plan is, we're going to start here in our network room, and then we've got the cable running through.
By the way, we don't have a plan.
We've got it coming down here. And that's what I was telling everyone, is we don't have a plan in place, we're just kind of doing this. And then it's running up around here and going to go into the desk area here. So the first thing you need to do is get your network cable. You're going to run it to wherever you want it to run to, basically. And really the only other step is to terminate the ends, which is what we're going to do next. All right, so we've got a couple things here. By the way, this is Michael. This is his little, I don't know what you want to call this, abode? Humble abode?
Yes.
House. So anyway, so we've got our network cable right here. This is Cat 5e. The reason we're going with Cat 5e, well, it's because it's what I had. Now, here's the thing about Cat 5e. Still used, but the new-ish kind of standard is now the Cat 6 stuff that's coming out.
Oh yeah,
so,
Cat 7 actually.
Oh, Cat 7 too, you're right. And basically what that means is just the grade of the cable. The higher the numbers go up, the better it is at not having interference from other things and all that other fun stuff that goes along with it that we're not going to get into in this video. So here's what you need to know. Cat 5e and up, pretty good. We can carry gigabit speeds over this cable. It's not certified for it, but we can. So toss that aside. We're going to need a few tools. We've got a cutter, and this is also a wire stripper right here. We've got our crimper for putting our ends on, and somewhere in here we've got our caps for the end of our wires. So what we need to do now is go strip the ends of our cables and then put our caps on. Alright, so here we are at the other end of our cable here. So the first thing we need to do is get rid of the sheathing on here. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our little cutter tool right here and basically go around. So we'll just toss that off to the side. And I don't know if you can see the little thread right here that I've got. So what you're going to do, you're going to use that to pull down on this, and that's going to expose more of the sheathing right here. And the reason that that is important is because when you're stripping the ends of the wire, you could accidentally nick them, and that's bad because it, well, degrades the cable. So this cutter tool is actually very useful. So we're going to just take this and cut off those ends, let those fall to the ground. Sorry, Michael, he's sitting off to the camera, like glaring at me right now, probably.
It's all right. It's all right.
All right, so inside you're going to find 4 twisted pairs. And I call them twisted pairs because, well, they're twisted, like that. We've got our orange, our green, our blue, and our brown. So first thing we want to do is go ahead and untwist these right here. So we got our orange, our green, working on our blue right now, and we'll do our brown. Alright, once we have that done, I like to just straighten these out as much as I can get them. Next step is to put these in the correct order. So what I like to do, I like to take all the colors and try to get them all separated out. And this just makes things a little bit easier. So I've got all my oranges separated, my greens, my blues, and my browns. Now it's time to put this together. So the standard that we're going to be using is the B standard. And how that works, you go striped orange, and you go with your orange. Getting these in the correct order. Striped green. And see how I'm trying to keep these as close together as possible? That makes putting the cable together a lot easier. So we go striped green. And we go to our solid blue. Our striped blue. Then our green crosses over, our solid green crosses over. Striped brown, and then brown. So it's very important that you keep these in the correct order as you're doing all this stuff. So that way, when you're putting the ends on, the cable actually comes out correctly. So I actually got this blue one out of place here. So one thing I always like to do, I always like to just check each time I'm doing a different step there. So now that I've got these in the order, I'm just going to check them real quick. So striped orange, orange, striped green, blue, striped blue, green, striped brown, and then brown. Next thing to do, put it in my pocket, that's where it is to take our little tool right here with these all in the correct order and go ahead and trim up the ends. So our next step is going to be to actually put a cap on this. We're going to clean this up real quick, and we'll show you how to put the cap on in just a second. Alright, so now it's time to put our cap on the end. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to take a look at our wires here, make sure they're in the correct order. Striped orange, orange, striped green, blue, striped blue, green, striped brown, and then solid brown. Now what you want to do, you want to start with this little piece right here, the little clip in the downward position. Then what you're going to do, you're just going to shove all of your wires inside, and then what I like to do before I get done, striped orange, orange, striped green, blue, striped blue, green, striped brown, and then solid brown. Make sure you get the cables all the way up to the front, and then what you're going to do, you're going to take your crimper tool, and we're going to take the RJ45, that's what these ends are, shove it in, and press it down. And you'll know you've done it correctly because you won't be able to pull the end off. Now all we have to do is do this on the other end, and we should have a cable. Alright, so now it's time to put our cap on the end. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to take a look at our wires here, make sure they're in the correct order. Striped orange, orange, striped green, blue, striped blue, green, striped brown, and then solid brown. Now what you want to do, you want to start with this little piece right here, the little clip in the downward position. Then what you're going to do, you're just going to shove all of your wires inside, and then what I like to do before I get done, striped orange, orange, striped green, blue, striped blue, green, striped brown, and then solid brown. Make sure you get the cables all the way up to the front, and then what you're going to do, you're going to take your crimper tool, and we're going to take the RJ45, that's what these ends are, shove it in, and press it down. And you'll know you've done it correctly because you won't be able to pull the end off. Now all we have to do is do this on the other end, and we should have a cable. Alright, so we've got the other end on now, so it's time for us to plug one end into the router here.
After turning access control off.
Why he's got access control on, I have no idea. He's way more concerned with like the security and integrity of his network than I am, which is kind of weird, but anyway.
Which is responsible.
Is responsible. Maybe I don't know. I'm just not as concerned with like people getting into my network, and if they are, I'll monitor that, and then I can block the MAC addresses.
So you say. These damn antennas.
Are you having issues?
These antennas getting away and stuff. I can't see the back. Wait, no. Wait.
Oh, goodness.
Okay.
Hey, I heard a click. I heard a click. All right, so now we're here on the other end now. We got the cable plugged in. You know what? So, auto Ethernet. So it looks like we've got...
It's connected.
Yep, so it looks like we've got Ethernet now. This is a distribution of Linux. I'm not good with Linux. Firefox is somewhere in here. Hey, there it is, Firefox web browser. Let's see if this works. Oh, okay, well, we've got Google, but that could be cached.
It's loading.
Hey, our website comes up. It looks like we've got this thing connected through a network cable to the main network, and this also means that Michael didn't screw up the other end of the cable. Alright, so that's going to do it for this one. If you liked it, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. If you like this kind of on location with other people in it, why are you being creepy? Let us know down in the comments section below. If you haven't done so already, get subscribed to the channel and be sure to turn on that bell for notifications whenever we upload a new video. That's going to do it for this one. We'll see you next time here on TechBeam.